Okay, so I think we can go for it. This is gonna be the most extreme cheap version of an Blizzard Sorcerer that can do Ubers, okay? This is not gonna be fun, this is gonna be painful. This is gonna be really painful to watch. It's not gonna be fun, it's not gonna be enjoyable, but we're gonna make it. So let's go. I'm gonna save all the jubies for later. We're gonna start with the maneuvers, and like we are not gonna need any jubie for the maneuvers, basically because we deal enough damage and they're not gonna be like touching us at all. So I'm gonna need to repair. Maybe I need to put the hotkeys. These. I think I got battle orders. I'm gonna need my demon limb, but we're gonna open the portals first. So let's open this one. Terror, hate, and destruction. 2 and 3. So the question was, can we do Ubers with the Cold Sorcerer and the Thunder Charm after the nerf from Cold Mastery? Quick answer, no. And the long answer is yes, but so we're gonna pre-buff our character. Battle orders, we're gonna use Demon Limb so we can enchant on top of our mercenary, and we're gonna start with Duriel. So we go to the Forgotten Sands, we teleport on top of him. I need the mercenary AI to behave and attack because he's not attacking right now, so I'm just gonna, I need him to attack. Why is he not? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so with the build that we just made, the main source of damage is our Blizzard. Secondary source of damage is our called Spiky. I don't know the name in English. And the mercenary is not dealing a lot of damage, like I'm aware of that, but he's the tanky, so we don't get hurt. And also he's the one providing us with open wounds. So he's got right now 100% chance of open wounds. The problem is he needs to hit. So to do that, what we've done is increasing his attack speed. So he's got more chances to hit per second, like he's got more attack per second. The problem is he's not always gonna hit. That's why we got him with a dual malice. And the reason of that is because malice is not gonna give us 200% of bleeding, but it's gonna give us 100% every single time that he hits. If you only have one malice and you have something else, like I don't know, malice and a cold steel or like whatever weapon you wanna put, a grief. Let's say he's got a grief on one hand. No, a grief has poison actually. Anything like if he's got just a plain sword and he hits with that sword, it's not gonna apply the effect from malice, because the effects of the weapon only apply for the weapon that's used to hit. Okay, so first one done. Let's go to Lilith. I prefer to do Lilith. She's actually easier than Israel. Like Israel is extremely tanky, and it's not letting me. Wasn't letting me use battle orders. That was weird. Okay, so actually we don't need the mercenary for Lilith. We can just prison her. Okay, that's crowded. That's really crowded. We probably gonna back up a little bit. Kill the minions first. And once the minions are dead, we can just cast Bone Prison and just keep spamming Blizzard on top of her. Mercenary is gonna die, 100% sure. Like, there's no way to save the mercenary in here. But Lilith is gonna fall pretty quickly, right? You just need to keep her away from you. So if the bone wall starts breaking, just cast it again, right? And eventually, she's gonna fall like this. There you go. We're gonna go back. We're gonna rest our mercenary, and we're gonna pre-buff him again before going to easy. And we're gonna have we have two different strategies with Isual. One would be if the room where he spawns is too crowded, we can just teleport back to the entrance, so he's gonna follow us because he's always enchanted with teleport. I guess one of his pre-buff, like one of his stats, kind of. There we go. And this is, yeah, there we go. Enchant. I'm gonna repair just to have Bone Poison just in case, but we're not gonna use Bone Poison to Isual, we're gonna use it against Mephisto. So, let's go. Easy, it's gonna be just here. A bit crowded, I'm not extremely concerned. But we're gonna need to save the mercenary. So this is just gonna be about skill, like how you locate your character. And there we go. I'm gonna clear the... I'll have to kill all of these. So, one of the good things is if the mercenary is not being attacked, his life regen is extremely good. There we go. So, if his life starts getting lower like this, we can just teleport away, and you're gonna see how his life starts regenerating. Okay, maybe not now, but yeah, you can see it. Like, I'm gonna use some potions now on him. And we're gonna keep doing this. So another option that you have is this casting poison creep. Basically, you don't want your mercenary to deal the damage. You just want the mercenary to prevent the maneuvers to heal. So another source to do that is basically the poison creep. So I'm just gonna cast him just in case, and there we go, that should be it. So that's the 3 organs, and I know this wasn't the most pretty and easy way to do it, but it's doable. It's doable, like, I mean, I'm gonna use now our jubies, because now we're gonna get into the dangerous part. So I'm gonna start using these ones. I got them already set up. There we go. So I'll drop the demon limb. Let's put the organs. Open these. I'll pre-buff again just in case, and I'm gonna repair. There we go. So technically for Mephisto you don't need the mercenary, like you can take him down just with your raw damage, but you never know, so I prefer to go safe. Better safe than sorry, so let's go. I'll swap these again. And yeah, get ready to use Bone Prison. So the strategy is gonna be this. I'll teleport here, drag him out. There we go. We're gonna go to this corner. Yep, perfect. So, Bone Prison, teleport on top of him, let the mercenary hit him, teleport away, and Joby. So we have 8 seconds right now where Mephisto is not healing himself. So again, we need mercenary to attack. Okay, he's dead, never mind. And we need to get him back, basically. So a few considerations here. Static field doesn't work with Mephisto. And I mean, it can work if you've got a lightning thunder, but I think it's it doesn't pay out. And also poison creep doesn't work with Mephisto either, so those are two strategies that we cannot use. And it's pretty important to use enchant to increase or maximize the chance to hit, because Mephisto's life regen is extremely high, so you don't really want to risk it. And there we go. And let's go back to town. So I know we're not gonna kill him this time, that's why I didn't repair the weapon, the demon limb. But we're gonna try to cause as much damage as we can. There we go. We're gonna struggle with our resistance, and that's okay. Like, this is the budget gear, so it's part of the game, and especially with the auras, we're gonna be like in pretty much negative. I know this says it's positive, but it's not. Once we get into Tristan, our resistance is gonna be lower, so the damage that they kind of make, it's gonna be doubled for us, and that's why it's so dangerous. There we go. Let's go. I forgot to repair. We got 4 chargers left. So 2 of them. We got 2 more chargers left. So 2 more chargers. Oh no, I didn't want to bring Val here. Skill issue. That's okay. I'll just kill Mephisto before going back to town. There we go. So there's one positive thing and there's one negative thing from this. There's actually 2 good things and 1 bad thing. The good thing is Mephisto is dead. And the other good thing is they're already split. Like Baal and Diablo, they're one away from each other. The bad thing is... Is there a bad thing? I forgot what I wanted to say. Okay, let's go. Let's pre-buff again. I know this is tedious, this is slow, but it's safe, and I kind of like that matters. It implies a bit of skill, but if you've had time to farm the keys, I consider yourself that you've got enough skill to play this way. Oh, it gets bugged, right? Like, it doesn't let me. Sometimes this game like gets a bit bad. So Baal is not gonna be here. He normally would teleport on top of us, but because he's on the top, we're just gonna go for Diablo first. Few things here. Poison creep works with Diablo, so we can cast poison creep, and as far as he's poisoned, he's not gonna heal. And also static field works on Diablo, so we can just spam static field to bring his life down to half, and just keep spamming and just being aware that the mercenary is dead, so all the mobs are focusing on you, and just keep spamming. I'll bring the mercenary just to make it more survivable, kind of. Poison creep again, mercenary, and the pre-buffs. Okay, so it's gonna take me a little bit more than 36 jubies, but I mean, it's a good price to pay to do Ubers to get a free torch. There we go. This. Where's Mala? There we go. So Diablo, just there. And as I said before, like, this is not gonna be a beautiful fight, this is gonna be a big struggle, but you can see that it's possible to make it. Like, you need a bit of skill, you need to be ready to use your gear and use your items properly. Like this, we can just teleport out, right? Like, there's many different strategies just to bring his life down. Like, there's not just one right way. There we go. It's pricey, it's a bit pricey, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, like, this is the absolute end game. Like, if this is not difficult, it wouldn't be the end game, right? It's true that, like, Impale, Smite, like, even the assassin, like, yeah, they're making this kind of like a joke sometimes. But this is difficult, and yeah, you have to consider that this is like the end game. So Diablo is down, only Baal left. And actually for me, Baal is the most annoying of the three. Because he can teleport just on top of you and drain your mana, so it's like a bit difficult-ish. Okay, so about 40 rupees. We actually don't need Bond Prison because Baal has teleport. But what we're gonna do is pre-buff. So we're gonna come to this side, use the CTA, use enchant. There we go. I think I used enchant to the poison creep, did I? Oh wait, it's not letting me. Yeah, this game is bad sometimes. And yeah, you can cast how is it called? Static field on top of Baal, and he's gonna be affected by that. So what I'm gonna do at the start is use some full rubies into my mercenary, so he can give me a bit of survivability. And then everything's just about spamming. There we go. The thing is, he's attacking me directly, he's not attacking my mercenary right now. There we go. Of course it wasn't gonna be that easy. Okay, we gotta be careful. And yeah, you can always go back to town. Like, we know he's half of his life, he's gonna regen, so we're gonna have to static again. And here's the race, like, until you get the point where our mercenary can attack, that's gonna be the point where he's not gonna regen. So we go with this. And again, we don't want to run out of battle orders in the middle of the fight, so we just do this. Enchant again. And there's this bug where if you swap the weapon, it's not gonna let you. There we go. Good thing now, our mercenary has jumped on top of him, so he's been hit, so he's not gonna recover for the next 8 seconds. So, and the good thing is Baal is not attacking us directly for a few seconds, he's attacking our mercenary. So we've been able to deal some damage to him, as you can see. So the main idea is just keep spamming. There we go. And try to maximize the use of each potion, right? Like this. Like, you know how much damage is he dealing per hit, so you can just be a bit accurate with them. And he's gonna be dead now. There we go. And we got our And we got a torch like this. Okay, let's see. Which kind of torch did we get this time? 1312 Necromancer, I mean. So, for those asking, this is like the most extremely cheap build that I've been able to make. And it's been less than 20 minutes. So, it's actually effective-ish. Like, to my main character in Battle.net, I use Doom, I use like Nightwing's Veil, I use a lot of endgame gear. This is the most extremely cheap that you can find. Like, I swear it's extremely cheap. And my main character with the endgame gear, it takes me like 15 minutes, so it's only 5-minute difference, it's not that much. So what do I have? Vampire Gaze, doesn't need to be ethereal. Other alternatives to these that I've tested are Arid's Face, just for the faster hit recovery, a bit of damage and life leech. But basically what you want is a small source of life leech. Doesn't need to be ethereal, but on Battle.net I found one, so it's the one that I'm using on my main character. Treachery, just for the increased attack speed, basically. Other options that I've tested are Hassle. I think the translation is Hassle, I'm not 100% sure. And that's like the budget gear. If you have more things, like if you have an Amrune, you can make Duress. That Duress is also gonna give you open wounds, so it's actually way much better option, and it's not that expensive. If you even have more, like if you have a law, you can do Fortitude, and you can go up from there. I just wanted to test like something cheap. There's another strategy which would be maxing your res, putting something like the Garden Angel, plus absorption for cold elements like these. I don't know the name in English, I'm really sorry for this. Black Oak, if I translate it by memory it's Black Oak, I think. And with this what you can do is actually remove your Sunder Charm, increase your cold res at the maximum, and just let the cold mages, like kill all the Mephisto minions, just leave the cold mages, and every time that you get hit you're gonna be healed, so it's actually good. What else? That's for armor and helmet. For weapons, just dual malice. So the main idea is this gives you 100% chance of open wounds, which means your mercenary is hitting at a certain speed, which is like 2 to 4 hits per second. I think it's 4 attacks per second with the 40% increased attack speed. So from these 4 hits, you're not always gonna hit. So maybe you hit once every 2 seconds. If you only have 1 malice, and you hit with the weapon that's not the malice, it's not gonna apply the open wounds. But if you have a dual one, every time that you hit, it's gonna cause open wounds, which it's gonna give you 8 seconds with no regeneration at all from the minions and the Ubers. So I think it's a win-win. It's a really cheap option. Then I don't use this in Battle.net. I have a more expensive version, but not a crazy like Last Wish or like, I don't know. So some options. What's the name of this weapon? This weapon's called, how is it called? Kingslayer? Is that a Kingslayer? It can be. So yeah, it's more expensive. It uses Mal, it uses Am, and it uses Gull, but it's actually worth it because you've got Crushing Blow, which is gonna help you with decreasing the life, like taking a chunk of life from each one of the Ubers if it hits. Definitely, everything depends if it hits or not. I could go into like why are you not gonna hit, which is the attack rating, the level difference, and all that stuff, because the Ubers and the mini Ubers are level 110, whilst your mercenary, in our case, he is level 92. So there is pretty much 18 levels difference, which affect on the equation for the chance to hit. I could go in depth into that, but I'm not gonna do that because it's so expensive. Like, it's too long to explain, and there's plenty of videos that explain that. Apart from these, I've tried Grief, which, I mean, Grief is just overpowered, so it's useful. You can do it with Grief, it's gonna be faster. You can use Death, but the same. Here you need a low rune, here you need a Vex and a Gal, so it's like, they're more expensive. Maybe you don't have those runes, so... And yeah. Lawbringer, I use that with Cold Steel Eye the first try for the slow target, and with Blackhorn's Face. Like, I've literally followed the Lucky tutorial basically the first time. And what else? For the Sorcerer herself, Shaco, just for the +2 to skills. If you got more wealth, you can use Nightwing's Veil, which is gonna be a way much better option. On Battle.net I use Nightwings. I use Doom on my main hand. Here I was going with a Spirit, which is extremely cheap. Other options that I've tried, and I'll leave you a full video, is Tal Rasha set, and it actually works. Viper Magi, not even upped, just with an arm rune for resistance. Trangles, Carrion Wind, just for the poison creep. Arachnid Smash, that's maybe the most expensive thing from this build. Ravenfrost, Marowak, really important, and have a lot of money just to repair that. Spirit, and Maras. So Maras, you don't really need a Maras, you can just have a Amulet with +2 to cold skills and resistances. That would be optimal to make it cheap. I didn't even have the torch. I know this is like expensive, but you don't need the +20 life and +5 to skills. You can have just charms with 11% breath, like 11% lightning, 11% cold, or even 10% with some other affix. The charms, they don't even have like life, they're just plain, and they're not all of them cold charms. There's some hit recovery plus some dress, so it's like you can play and balance that. What else? I've used Demon Limb for the enchant. So enchant, what it gives is a bonus for the attack rating, and because we want the mercenary to hit, we need to increase his attack rating somehow. So that's why Arid's Face can be a good idea to use. And what else? If you want to go a bit more expensive, Doom on the main hand. You can use Oculus if you don't have, you can use Eshutas, you can use Death Fathom, like any of those options can work. Mage Fist if you don't have Trunks, but if you are using a Cold Sorcerer, you're gonna need the Cold Rest, so Trangles is probably the best option. As I said, Nightwings can work. For the armor, you can even use a 3 Tal piece, like these, the belt and the Ami, and the bonifications that you're gonna have are just enough. Like your attack speed's gonna be enough. It's gonna be 100 and... oh wait, because I removed the spirits. Where's the spirits? Spirits. Yeah. So here you're gonna have 110. Yeah, 110 faster cast rate. So there's plenty of there's plenty of options. It's up to you. Just an Annie, and yeah, basically that. And just so you can see it on Battle.net, I know it's level 99. I've been doing that test with a 93 character, so you can do it with a 93 character. And with my 99, I just have, and I have a pretty similar gear, so that's why if I've been able to farm this gear, it's not crazy that you can also farm this gear. So I got Fatality, Doom. I translate Fatalidad as a fatality and it's Doom. So Doom on my main hand, Nightwings, they're not even perfect, like they're 12% and this is a minus 40, 55. Trunks, Karen Wind, I got an SOJ, I got lucky farming Andariel. Sandstone Trek, it's like pretty much that. A CTA 551, yeah, pretty much that. And my charms are not like, it's +1 to cold, +3 fire damage, which is a meh. 4 max damage, that's a 29 life, which it was a really nice roll. But apart from that, I got a Jits, I got a charm with resistances and faster hit recovery, and more resistances in this one. Like my charms are just like 11% and magic find, it's pretty much that. What else? Shaco for magic find, like a Marowak for the Ubers, for every time that I try to do Ubers. I got the Shuras, I got the Death Phaeton, so it's like you can play. That was my amulet the first time that I did Ubers. It's just resistances and faster cast rate, and you don't need more than that. Wisp Projector, and that's the thing. Farming keys, because I've done multiple torch runs with this character, and just farming the keys you can get like a lot of high runes, right? So it's basically that, and I think there's not much to say. So that was my spirit back at the time. So 35. I try to have at least the spirits because the runes are really low. Try to have them with the better roll possible. So 35. And that's it. And I think I talked too much, so yeah, that's it.